Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday English Podcast. This is the place where we have real conversations, clear explanations, and long listening practice so you can live your daily life in English. I am Alice, and I am so happy to be here with you today for a very important episode.
And I am Tom. Hello, everyone. It is great to be back in the studio. Today, we are going to talk about something that makes a huge difference in your career. We are talking about how you sound when you speak English at work.
Exactly, Tom. We know that many of our listeners are working professionals. You might use English in meetings, in emails, or on Zoom calls, and you have probably studied a lot of vocabulary. You know the words for your job, you know how to talk about sales or marketing or engineering.
But there is a problem that many intermediate and even advanced learners have. It is a small habit, but it has a big impact. It makes you sound less confident than you actually are. It makes you sound a little bit junior or like a student rather than a manager or a leader.
That is right. The habit is using the phrase, I think, too much. I think we should do this. I think that is a good idea. I think the data is correct.
We use I think all the time. It is a safety blanket. It is easy to translate from your native language. In almost every language, there is a simple verb for to think. So when you are translating in your head, you just grab that word. But in English business culture, starting every sentence with I think can make you sound unsure.
It sounds like you are guessing. It sounds like you are hesitating. And if you want a promotion or if you want your colleagues to trust your opinion, you need to sound like you have authority. You need to sound like a leader.
So today, we are going to give you 4 specific authority swaps. These are 4 phrases you can use instead of I think. We will explain exactly when to use them, why they are better, and how to pronounce them clearly.
These are simple changes. You do not need to learn complex grammar. You just need to swap one phrase for another. By the end of this episode, you will have a toolkit for sounding more professional in your very next meeting. Before we dive in, if you want daily listening practice that fits into your life, make sure you subscribe to the Everyday English Podcast. We are here to help you build real fluency, one episode at a time. All right, Alice, let's talk about why I think is such a trap. I remember when I was learning a second language, I used the word for think constantly. It was just polite. I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to sound aggressive. That is a very good point, Tom. In many cultures, being direct is considered rude, so you soften your language. You say, I think maybe we could possibly do this. But in English-speaking business cultures, especially in the UK, the US, and Australia, clarity is king. If you soften your language too much, people stop listening. They assume you don't know the answer.
Right. Imagine you are in a sales meeting. You are discussing a new promotion. If you say, I think this promotion will work, the boss hears, I hope this works, but I'm not sure.
Exactly. But if you change just a few words, you can change the entire feeling of the room. Let's look at our first authority swap. This is for when you are giving an opinion. Okay, swap number 1. This is the perspective shift. Instead of saying, I think, try saying, from my perspective, or as I see it. Let's break that down. From my perspective. P-E-R-S-P-E-C-T-I-V-E. Perspective. This means from my point of view, or from where I am standing.
Why is this better than I think? Well, I think is subjective. It is just inside your head. But from my perspective sounds objective. It sounds like you have looked at the situation, you have analyzed the angle, and now you are reporting what you see.
It is a very visual phrase. Imagine you are looking at a building. You see the front, your colleague sees the back. You are sharing your view. It invites collaboration, but it sounds professional. Let's try an example. Alice, imagine we are in a meeting about the budget. Ask me for my opinion. Okay, Tom, do you think we should cut the travel budget this year? Okay, here is the weak answer first. I think we should cut it because it is too high. Now here is the strong answer. From my perspective, cutting the travel budget is necessary to keep us profitable. Oh, I like that. It sounds much more grounded. It sounds like you have looked at the numbers. Let's try another variation. As I see it. As I see it. This is a great phrase. It is short and strong. It means here is my analysis. Let's use the sales meeting example again. Maybe you are discussing a competitor. As I see it, the competitor is lowering their prices, so we must match them. That sounds very authoritative. As I see it. Listeners, I want you to try shadowing that. I will say it slowly, then you repeat it. As I see it. As I see it. From my perspective. From my perspective.
Excellent. So that is swap number 1. Use this when you are sharing an opinion based on your observation. It makes you sound like an analyst, not just a guesser.
Now let's move to swap number 2. This is for a different situation. This is for when you need to persuade someone. You need to convince them that you are right. This is the conviction shift.
This is very important for sales or for when you are pitching an idea to your boss. In this situation, I think is actually dangerous. If you say, I think this is a good idea, you are not selling it.
So instead of I think, use I am convinced that or I firmly believe that.
These are powerful verbs. Convinced, believe. They carry weight. They show passion.
Let's look at I am convinced. To be convinced means that you have seen the evidence and you are 100% sure. There is no doubt in your mind.
Imagine you are suggesting a new software for the company. It is expensive. The boss is worried about the money. If you say, I think this software will save us time, the boss might say no.
But try saying this. I am convinced that this software will save us hours of work every week.
Can you hear the difference? I am convinced. It tells the boss that you have done your homework. You are willing to put your reputation on the line.
And there is another one you mentioned, Tom. I firmly believe.
Yes, firmly. F-I-R-M-L-Y. Firm means hard, solid, not soft, like a firm handshake or a firm mattress. So if you firmly believe something, your belief is solid. It cannot be pushed over.
I firmly believe that this is the right direction for the team. That is a sentence a leader says.
Now, a small warning here. You cannot use these phrases for everything. If someone asks, what time is lunch? Do not say, I am convinced that lunch is at 12:30.
That would be funny. You would sound a bit too dramatic.
Exactly. Save these phrases for the big moments. Use them when the outcome matters. Use them when you are selling, arguing for a budget, or defending a team member.
Let's practice the pronunciation of convinced. It has that V sound in the middle. Convinced. The ed at the end sounds like a T. Convinced.
Convinced. Try saying this sentence. I am convinced we can win this contract.
I am convinced we can win this contract.
Very good. So that is swap number 2. When you need to persuade, stop thinking and start being convinced.
Moving on to swap number 3. This one is very useful because it helps you handle bad news. In business, things go wrong. We miss deadlines, we lose clients, equipment breaks.
And when that happens, we often say, I think we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem. It is a famous quote, but in a business meeting, saying, I think we have a problem can create panic. It sounds negative. It sounds like you are complaining.
Leaders do not just identify problems. They frame them as things to be solved. So this is the solution shift. Instead of saying, I think we have a problem, say, we are facing a challenge.
We are facing a challenge, or we are encountering an obstacle.
I love the word challenge. A problem is something bad that happens to you. A challenge is something you choose to overcome. It's like a sport. A game is a challenge. A puzzle is a challenge.
So imagine the sales numbers are down this month. You could say, I think we have a problem with sales. Everyone feels sad.
Or you walk into the room and say, team, we are facing a challenge with our sales targets this month.
It immediately sounds more active. It sounds like you are inviting the team to fix it. We are facing a challenge.
Also, look at the verb facing, F-A-C-I-N-G. To face something means to look at it directly. You are not hiding. You are not running away. You are standing in front of it.
We are facing a challenge. It shows courage.
Another option is we have identified an obstacle. An obstacle is something in your way, like a rock in the road. You can move the rock. You can climb over the rock.
We have identified an obstacle in the project timeline. This sounds very professional. It sounds like you are in control. You are not panicking. You are just reporting the status so you can fix it.
This is really about your mindset. When you stop saying, I think there is a problem, and start saying, we are facing a challenge, you actually start to feel more like a leader. You stop worrying and start solving.
Let's practice that phrase. We are facing a challenge.
We are facing a challenge.
And let's try the other one. We have identified an obstacle.
We have identified an obstacle.
Perfect. So swap number 3, turn problems into challenges. It keeps the energy in the room positive and professional.
Now we come to swap number 4. This might be my favorite one, Alice. This is the action shift.
This is for when you are promising to do something. Your boss asks you to finish a report, or a client asks you to send an email. What do most people say?
They say, okay, I'll try, or I think I can do that.
I think I can do that. I'll try. Tom, what does I'll try mean to a boss?
To a boss, I'll try means I might fail. It means there is a 50% chance I will do it and a 50% chance I will not. It does not build trust.
If you want to sound like a leader, you need to remove the word try from your vocabulary when you are talking about commitments. Instead of I think I can, use I will ensure that.
I will ensure. E-N-S-U-R-E. Ensure. It means to make sure, to make certain, to guarantee.
Imagine your boss says, Alice, this report needs to be perfect. If I say, I'll try my best, I sound like a student. But if I say, I will ensure it is accurate, I sound like a professional.
I will ensure it gets done. I will ensure you have it by 5 p.m. This phrase creates massive trust. It tells the other person, you can stop worrying. I have this under control.
But Tom, what if you are not sure? What if you actually might fail?
That is a great question. If you genuinely cannot promise, do not lie. But you can still be professional without saying I think. You can say, I will do everything in my power to, or my priority is to.
But for small tasks, routine tasks, never say I'll try. Just say I will ensure it happens.
Let's listen to the difference. I will play the role of the boss. Alice, I need this data before the meeting starts.
Option A, okay, I think I can get it to you.
See, I feel nervous now. I feel like I need to check on you in 10 minutes. Now try option B.
Option B, I will ensure you have the data before the meeting.
Boom, I feel relaxed. I trust you. I can go do my own work. That is the power of one word, ensure.
Let's practice pronunciation. It starts with N, ensure. The S sounds like sh, ensure.
I will ensure it is done.
I will ensure it is done.
Excellent.
So let's recap our 4 authority swaps. We have covered a lot of ground today.
Yes, let's go through them one by one.
Swap 1, the perspective shift. Instead of I think, say from my perspective, or as I see it. Use this for opinions.
Swap 2, the conviction shift. Instead of I think it's good, say I am convinced, or I firmly believe. Use this for persuasion.
Swap 3, the solution shift. Instead of I think we have a problem, say we are facing a challenge, or we have identified an obstacle. Use this for bad news.
Swap 4, the action shift. Instead of I'll try or I think I can, say I will ensure. Use this for promises.
Now, Tom, I want to put this into a real-life context. Let's do a short role play. Let's imagine a meeting. I am the manager and you are the team lead. We are discussing a project that is falling behind schedule.
Okay, I am ready. I will use the new phrases.
Tom, I am looking at the timeline and I am worried. Are we going to miss the deadline?
Well, Alice, from my perspective, the timeline is tight but manageable. We have identified an obstacle with the supplier, but we are working on it.
Okay, that is good to hear. But are you sure the supplier will deliver on time?
I have spoken to them this morning. I am convinced they understand the urgency. I will ensure they ship the materials by Friday.
Wow, Tom, that was perfect. I felt completely reassured.
And notice, I didn't say I think a single time.
You didn't. You said, from my perspective, identified an obstacle, I am convinced, and I will ensure. It sounded very mature.
And how would it sound if I used the old way? Let's try it.
Tom, are we going to miss the deadline?
Well, I think the timeline is okay. I think we have a problem with the supplier. I think they understand. I'll try to get them to ship on Friday.
Oh, that was painful.
It was, wasn't it?
I felt like you were drowning. I think, I'll try. I wanted to come over and help you. I did not feel like you were a leader. I felt like you were a victim of the situation.
That is the key difference. A leader drives the situation. A victim lets the situation drive them. Your language tells people which one you are.
And this is important for everyone listening. You might feel shy. You might feel like your English is not perfect. But if you use these strong phrases, people will focus on your confidence, not your grammar mistakes.
Absolutely.
Confidence covers a lot of mistakes. If you speak clearly and use I will ensure, nobody cares if you forget an article or use the wrong preposition. They hear the confidence.
So, we have a challenge for you. We always want you to take action after listening to the Everyday English podcast.
Here is your mission for the next 24 hours. We want you to catch yourself. Every time you are about to say I think, pause, stop, take a breath.
It might feel strange at first. You might have to be silent for 2 seconds while you search for the new phrase. That is okay. Silence is also powerful.
Search for the swap. If you are giving an opinion, say, as I see it. If you are promising something, say, I will ensure.
Try to use just one of these phrases in a conversation today. It could be at work or even with your family. If your partner asks, is this milk still good? Do not say, I think so. Say, I am convinced it is fine.
Maybe smell it first to be sure.
Good advice, but practice the feeling of the words. See how it changes your posture. See how it changes the way people look at you.
And if you enjoy this kind of practical, career-focused English advice, please hit the like button on this video. It helps us know what kind of content you want more of.
We are planning more episodes on business English, including how to handle disagreements politely and how to make small talk without being boring. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss those.
Before we go, I want to address one last thing. Some of you might be thinking, but Tom, Alice, isn't this arrogant? Isn't it too strong?
That is a common fear. But remember, you are doing this in a professional context. In a meeting, you are paid to have an opinion. You are paid to solve problems. Being clear is not arrogant. Being clear is helpful.
When you say, I think, you are making the listener do the work. They have to decide if you are right. When you say, I am convinced, you are doing the work for them. You are carrying the load. That is what leaders do.
So do not be afraid to take up space. Do not be afraid to use strong verbs. Your English is better than you think. Oh, wait.
You said it. You said, I think.
I did. Let me correct myself. From my perspective, your English is better than you realize.
Much better.
You have studied hard. You have the vocabulary. Now just give yourself the permission to sound like the expert you are. We really hope you found this episode useful. Listen to it again on your way to work. Shadow the phrases. Practice them in the shower. I will ensure. I am convinced. Make them part of your natural voice. Thank you so much for listening to the Everyday English podcast. We love making these episodes for you.
Have a wonderful, confident, and authoritative day.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Goodbye.